everyone, and welcome to Sunday Slow Stitching with Rita. So I'm working today on hashtag Just Because Quilt by To Be Loved Treasures by Corrine is the person who started this project and this challenge. So we got to the stage where everything is all stitched down, and then I did stitch through my back, and I'm going to try to applique on the front without going into the back. But honestly, I think, well, if it's a color though, it won't be very nice. But I'm not so sure I'm going to do my next block that way, but we'll see. So this is the pattern I had been waiting for, and I know it's so simple that you probably could get it, you know, through a coloring book or something and resize it. But I knew that it fit on an 18 by 18 pillow top, and that's what this is going to end up being, a pillow top size. It'll be a quilt, but if you want, you can make a pillow. So these are the pieces. Oh, the pattern is Laundry Basket Quilts Butterfly Pillow, and it's by Etta Sitar, which is one of my very favorite designers. Mostly her fabric is my favorites. So anyway, this all came like this, and then I just cut out templates to use to make. I printed templates to use. Oh, okay. It's early still. Well, it's not early. It's just early in the video, and it takes me a while to get a handle on it. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put this butterfly. I did trace it on tracing paper as well, or I printed on tracing paper. Now, the next time, I think, when I go back into my craft room, I think I will trace it or print it on vellum or trace it onto a plastic template. And the reason for that is you want to be able to see through it in order to pick your fabrics that you want to put on the butterfly. So the first thing, I'm just going to get a safety pin here because, or a few, they don't come one at a time. They're always stuck together. What I want is that butterfly to be centered, although it doesn't have to be. I mean, we could put the butterfly, let's see. Okay, that's D, and B is up here. C, and A. I mean, if you wanted to, you could almost put it in a corner. Maybe you want, because I'm going to do all my blocks with butterflies. So, or maybe you want to have one going this way and then the next block going that way, maybe one in the center. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. So that's an option actually. And then if you had a special fabric up here that you wanted to leave and not be hidden by the butterfly, which is not hiding as much as I thought. I honestly thought these wings would be about at least an inch bigger, so they would cover a good part of this. But it is what it is, and that's what we're going to work with. Okay. So if you're going to want to put it smack dab in the middle of your quilt, I have this ruler here, which is a 0 ruler. So this has 0. I hope you can, I don't know if you can even see that. Let me see. Get some white background. Okay, so there's the 0 on my ruler. And so I noticed that this ruler goes out to 9 inches. So if I have 9 inches here and 9 on this end, then I have 18 inches totally across. So if you have a ruler like this, if you don't, I think they're at Walmart. They're called Westcott, or you can get them online. They're not too expensive, I don't think. So now I've got to find out where the exact middle of my quilt is, of my block. And I'm going to cut this down to 18 inches, but I'm not going to do it yet because you just never know what's going to happen when you're sewing. Your 18 inches may change on you. So I'm lining up what I know is the 18 inch. And that, well, they're 20 inches actually, the size. I think that's close enough. This is, you know, slow stitching doesn't have to be perfect. So that is going to be my center point right there. So when I do go to cut this, see, I can just mark it like this and know, you know, where to cut it off. Okay, so now let's check this way. Oh, that should be fine. Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah. So as long as you have your center point, you're good either way. If the block is the same size outside. If you have a weird size and you want to find out the center, then you might have a 5-inch block and you would put the 0 and then go out to the edge of the block that's 5, but it might be 6 this way. So then you go back to that line and you would go all the way out to 6. And that way you could find the center. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how I want to, I know I want to arrange it this way, but I'm not sure if this is paper I can use to cut out design. I don't think I'm going to be able to. This may be if I make this thicker out of cardstock or something, I might be able to use it for tracing. But to see the fabric where I want it to be, I'm going to have to use this. Okay. So let's say we want the A, and we're going to use, let me just see if I can find something that's big. Okay, this piece of fabric here. So what you want is to find a piece that will fit into your butterfly, like the wing there. And then actually you can flip this over too to get a reverse. And I don't, so see, this is the problem if I don't have a heavy enough template. Okay. Let's see. Gosh, I hate fussy cutting right in the middle of the design. I'm trying to see if there's a repeat here somewhere that... All right, if I do that one... I wonder, it's not really a repeat, is it? Oh, I didn't think about this being hard at all. Because I want to make these work. This one here and this one here I could probably use that. I can't get it's not enough fabric. Oh my gosh. I was just thinking I need a little bit. All right. I'm gonna have to find this one and this one go together. Okay. So let's see. So this one, what was the other one? I had two identicals here. Oh, I see. It's combined with those other ones. Okay. Okay, let me get... I think what I'll do is I'm going to pin it to this, cut it out. I'm going to have to move this. I'm sorry, I should have tried to do this before I got on camera, but I just got the pattern. It took 20 days to get it, and I was not happy. This is another place you might want to put a line, like a hash mark, so that you can figure out, you know, where to lay the next one. Let's see if I can do that somehow. I'm just gonna go right across this A here. Just eyeballing it. I'm not worried about it being totally straight. Just want to reference. Okay, so that tells me. And then I'm going to cut this one out. Just like a sewing pattern here. Somebody keeps trying to text me. So I hope everybody was okay with the hurricane or made it through it, or we did get a lot of rain, but in my neighborhood I didn't see any flooding. But then again, I didn't go out because it said to stay home, and that was all I needed, was somebody to tell me to stay home. So I'm home most of the time anyway, but you know, this is taking some time. I may stop the camera. My printer didn't line all the way. I might be able to trace over those. It's just the kind of, it's copy paper, but I use a thick copy paper because of my journals. God, these scissors are awful. They're not awful, they're serrated, so they're a little bit difficult to sew through. All right, so now let's find, and there's plenty left over here for scraps on any other journal, or you could put it in this journal as well. Let's see if I can find. I want it to have this there and over here. That's what I'm looking at. I think that might be pretty close. Okay. So I just turned that one over. I do have a template that I cut, that I printed, but why not just turn it over? And then you can kind of eyeball these together. Yeah, I think Maybe I should come down a little bit. Does come out right almost at the point. Okay. All right, I'm going to pause. I'm going to cut out this, and then I'll come back and we'll pick another fabric for the bottom part of the wings. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm back. So I've got these two cut. They're not perfect, but I need actually a bigger piece of fabric if I want it to be just perfect. And you don't have to use these big flowers either. I just thought it would show up and offset all the squares. We'll see in a minute here. So I'm going to pull out, I have a few pieces. I bought these from Amazon. Super, super inexpensive. And I didn't know exactly what I was going to get, but I thought that they might, some of them might look good with this. And I have other fabrics too. I just too lazy to go get them. Oh, that one almost looks like it's coordinating. I don't really have any blue in that, but I do want to add different colors. So I think I'm going to go with that one. That one's pretty too. Okay, I'm just going to go with that one. Now this one, we don't have to worry about getting it to match up because it's a small piece, smaller print. And you can have your larger print at the bottom, or you can have, I mean, maybe your design would fit better on this one, so you could do this at the bottom and do a smaller print at the top. But here, I'm just going to, let's see, these are, if I do two of these, they should be able to reverse, right? Gosh, it's been so long since I've done stuff like this. Yeah, I'm sure that's would be the case. Oh, what happened there? Oh, the two pieces stuck together. Well, I think C and D are exactly the same, only reversed. Yeah. So, if I cut this way, no, I will not have a reverse. I don't know. I'm not going to take a chance. I'll try it on my own time. Okay, this one I can save as much fabric as I can. And this one you don't have to worry about the grain or anything. You can pretty much see. Okay, I'm going to try this one. I have a different pair of scissors. Hopefully they'll... I may be off camera, I'm sorry, but in order to see the lines. Let's see. Guess I should have cut a smaller, cut a square out and then went around. pen over here because it's very... My pens tend to stick into this cover I have on my table. Kind of a wallpaper stuff. Man. Almost there. For you that don't like to watch this part, you can always fast forward it. Okay. So that's the C. I think I want to do it leave this part. I don't know, maybe I should leave this part down here. When I go back to it another time, I'll say, oh, I wish I'd left that part. You know, when I was young, I probably was, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 years old, something like that. My aunt did a embroidery, like an applique of butterflies. And I was in such awe of it. She had all these little squares that she was going to put together and make a quilt. I think that's what her plan was, but I just could sit there and look through them. You know, she'd have them piled up, and I'll never forget that. I have tried to find the actual pattern, but I haven't come across it. But I'm not, you know, always looking either. So that's what made me think of this when I was doing this. And it was just a blanket stitch that she did all the way around the butterfly. I don't know if I could do a blanket stitch without it going all the way through the fabric. I'll have to see. Okay, finally. And and when she passed away, I wanted those, but nobody saw them. Nobody knew where they were. She didn't live close to us. She lived up in Washington State, so you know, we were living in California then. All right, let me slide this out of the way a little bit. And the body I'm going to save for later, because either we put a very contrast piece in there or black. And then this is stitched. The stems, the antennas are stitched with thread. Okay, so let's see what we've got. And then again, if you have a piece that you've got designs that are upside down or whatever, like I try to keep my designs all going in the right direction. Like up here, these people in this toile fabric, and this flower, and this toile. So everybody's kind of, you know, looking this way, and that way I can keep, when I attach the next one, I'll try to keep those the same. Okay, so I'm trying to look at, okay, it goes this way. Goes. That's great. I don't even know which way it goes. I can't see it on the fabric, but let me pull these out. Okay, there's A. It's D, so that's correct. C. Okay. I'm a little weird when it comes to directions. I mean, wrong or right side or left, you know, just all those things I'm not good at. Okay, so we know this is the middle. And let's see what her design looked like in the middle. It looks like she has these pretty close to each other. Like so. And like so. Okay. And then that the body part is going to go in the middle of that. All right. What do you guys think? It's hard to tell. But I'm hoping we can embellish around here and then add maybe some lace and stuff like that, because that's what we're supposed to do. Or that's what Corinne is doing. So I'm just going to pin this all on. I think I like adding the blue. I'm wondering if I should cut it down 18 inches, or at least maybe I could draw around it so I don't I think my cat dreams. This little, and she's got to sleep right here next to me. And then at 5 a.m. every single morning, she does let me sleep all night. She didn't when I first got her. When I started letting her come in the house, because she was a stray. She's not a feral cat, but she's a stray cat. Somebody left her, or I don't know. Anyway, you know, she's housebroken and all those things. So, but she's been becoming pretty attached. And during this storm, wouldn't you know, that's when she went out. I opened the front door to put some water on my 2 houseplants. Like, there's tons of water out there, but they don't reach the plants on the porch. So I opened the front door, and she's never run out the front door, so she did. And sure enough, it started pouring a little bit after that, and so I couldn't get her until the next day when it stopped raining. Enough for her to get out of wherever she was, under the house. All the strays live under the house. And then I had a roof leak, so I that woke me up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I went out to the patio, or out to my back door, to see if I could see any damage outside, because it was windy, and I thought, you know, my trees may come down any day. I have tons of pine trees. And so I looked out the window, the back door, and the cat food sits out there, which is usually gone by that time of day. And there was a possum there eating it. I'm like, oh my gosh, now I got a possum to deal with. So I'm making sure there's no food left over at night. All right, so that's that. I think I'm just going to take this out. I don't think we need it anymore. And how much time have I spent? 30 minutes. So let's see, we could stitch a little bit. Let's see. I got this pack along with the autumn pack with all the yellows and bright colors. So I thought maybe I'll just start using these, and but I don't think I want to use them on every block. Well, I was looking to see if I had one over there already started. I'm just gonna, I ordered 2 sets of each. I want something that shows up. Now I hope I have a needle. To try to do a blanket stitch. Okay. I doubt that any of these are going to be big enough. Oh, there we go. Yay. First time. And I did get some of this. I've had it for years. It's still like brand new. It's called Lickety Grip. And it's kind of like a wax almost. And you can put it on your hands to help you guide the thread through. Let's see if that will help. It gives a little bit of a grip on your fingertips. And you could put it on the end of your string. Okay, where do we start? Start. All right, I'm going to bury that knot. So I'm just going to come up right next to the edge. If I had made a knot, I'm just going to go around one time, I think, because this thread is a little thicker than I usually use. Okay. I think I'm going to be able to do this right. Okay, that pops right in there. I gotta get a thingy. Hold that fabric for me. And I'll go over my pins. Okay. So then I'm just gonna come back up here. Just about where I went in. Ouch. Let's start off really good, you guys. Let's start off really good. I can't do it because I can't feel it like that. Yeah, I can blanket stitch without going through. I can tell if I'm going through because it will stick my finger, because I have my finger right under there. You could also trace this onto fusible webbing and iron it down like some of the applique we do when we stitch on our machine. But I just feel like it takes away from the handmade feel when you start getting stiff things like that in your quilt. I know I've made tablecloths and things with that on there because they get a lot of wear and tear, but not so much a bed quilt or anything. I used to make table toppers for all kinds of stuff, different holidays. That was I enjoyed that. Maybe this one's too big. I do have smaller ones to pull them out. I mean, you can just use your own imagination and do just all kinds of fun things. You could do them in different colors. You know, you could do this blanket stitch in a different color. The only thing I have a hard time, I'm a 1/4 of an inch person, let's put it that way. Everything I do is like a 1/4 of an inch, and I wish I could make these a lot smaller so that they'd be more stable when, you know, to keep the edges from fraying as much. Just feel like, oh, I see there's 2 threads. There we go. Almost forgot, went through all the way through the fabric on the back. Okay, Rita, just get your thread. Oh, you guys can see me because I'm not paying attention to where the camera is located. So I think most of my backgrounds will probably be in these pink tones, but I do like this kind of aqua blue, so I might see if I have fabrics that will blend with this blue too. Most of my big floral designs are vintage pieces that people have given me. I just saw these online. I thought, well, those are big. I want to use those. It's like the new toy. Everything stays in its proper place. I checked the hashtag just because quilt hashtag, typed it into Google, but I don't see a lot of people coming up, and I don't know if that's how I'm supposed to find it, that with the hashtag, or do I have to go to Instagram or something? Okay, I'm going to take this thread and I'm going to run it underneath some of the fabric, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a knot. So I got it really small, left it. See the difference between this and regular thread or quilting thread, you know, that you can get reasonably priced, is you don't want to run out of these. In the white thread, all right, I'm not going to be able to get that knotted in there, so I'm just going to weave it around in here, and it will stay. Okay. Cute. How's that look in the camera? I think it's going to be cute. I think when this is done, I could do a little thread painting in here and on here, but I don't really like thread painting that much. So, but I could do that back stitch thread painting, which I don't mind doing that. But I don't like doing a satin stitch. Or I can just do a stem stitch around some of the colors. Let's see, like sorry about that wrinkling, I'm so sorry. See, like this is a very light pink. Isn't that pretty? A little light pink. I'm just going to test, because I don't know if this is a good needle. I keep losing them. I'm like, where in the world are they? I think that's probably too many. I'm just going to go up here and see. Let's see if I can. Kind of have to put your thumbnail on it and just keep doing it. It'll go in. It's gone. Okay, so let's just, I never do that right. Oh yeah, I can do a stem stitch. Whoops. I never do the first stitch right. And I think I'm just going to do this as practice, because I can take it out. I mean, see how it looks. So now we're already, I mean, I think, are we starting October? I think this is the last week, and then next week is the next block. But now that you've seen putting the blocks together, I'll probably do a lot of this just in my own time, because I don't have that much time on camera, and just show you the progress, but maybe have another project to do. I'm thinking would like to do a fall journal cover maybe, or Christmas. I don't do Christmas very much, so that would be unusual. Okay. See, that just adds that texture there. And I can do it in here too, and then all in here. And that will, it's not going to look bumpy, you know, like if you went through the whole thing, but that's okay. All right, so I'm just going to stop here. And I know we're supposed to put treasures on here. And I don't know what my treasures are. I just don't have anything that, you know, that I want to sew onto something, in other words. I do treasure all these gifts that I get from people. So I don't know if I want to put any lace on the edges of the butterfly wing. See, I could do something like that on each side. I just have to find more things. Oh, look at that. Is that the same thing? I think it is, but it's, oh no. Yeah, but it's, I think it's a different color. It's like a, that's totally white. But that, darn it. I'm just looking through my little stash of stuffs in here. So, you know, we could put little things like that in the ends of the butter. Like, you know how they have dots? I don't like that one, but these are some or yo-yos would be cute. Oh my goodness, you guys. Yeah, like that. Let me look at my yo-yos real quick. Here's another really nice one. I guess I'm trying to think. I have to look at a butterfly, but I think they have like the little round circles in, or in I've got little doilies like this. Those would be real cute. I have a ton of those. I'll leave that out. I've also got tons of these little guys. Where's my box of yo-yos? I know I have a whole box of yo-yos. There they are. I didn't open it far enough. And then I have these little guys that I have tons of, and that I made by hand a long time ago when I was hand stitching. But I almost thought maybe a section of this would work on the edge of a butterfly. I can't really tell because it's, I don't have any just pieces of it. I've not taken it apart. I don't know, just a thought. We have them, so let's see what I could do. Something like that, or I don't want to draw the eye away from the butterflies. So if I was going to put a piece in, I think I would put it in here. I'm just giving you some examples of what we could do. Here's a little chiffon. It's a little pink one here. So that's what I'm going to have to. Sometimes I think all my journals, or all my Slow stitch looks the same. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, that'll be for next time, I think. That's something I have to remember. Little tiny one here. There's 4 of them sewed together. I like the butterfly shape. I mean, you can do a lot. Alrighty. So, put that there. I don't know where that was. All right, guys. So I'm going to let you go. I think I'm probably worn out my welcome. And don't forget to subscribe or comment. Let me know what you think of these butterflies, if you like this idea. And yeah, I think it's going to be a really pretty quilt. I think it would also be an awesome wall hanging, like in a dorm or something like that. Some college dorm room. You know, they only have one wall, but who knows? Like Rachel's daughter's getting one. So I don't know if she's going to hang it on the wall or she's going to put it on her bed. But anyway, that's what it is. So thank you for watching. Have a great week next week, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye.